My name is Reverend Uche Epa. My topic today, and the topic very heavy on my heart, is Mali. The Mali war, unjust and immoral. The world community should rise and condemn it. The Mali war in West Africa. The world community should rise and condemn this war. France is bombing Mali in West Africa. France is there bombing Mali. She is not bombing Mali to rescue Mali from the northern part of Mali. No, that is not why she is at war with Mali. She doesn't care who dies or lives in Mali. The only reason why France is fighting Mali is because of the great resources of Mali. That is the why she is fighting Mali. For decades, the leaders who have ruled Mali after independence have failed to develop Mali. They have failed in so many ways. Mali has 87% illiteracy, no running water, $1 earning per day. Yet, let me enumerate to you all the rich resources of Mali, one of the greatest nations of the world that have so much resources, despite the fact that it is the poorest nation in the world. Let me tell you a little bit of what Mali produces. Mali produces bauxite, copper, diamonds, gold, granite, iron ore, kaolin, limestone, lithium, silver, manganese, phosphate, salt, silver, uranium, zinc. These are all the great resources of Mali. Can you imagine such a nation? Since Mali got her independence, these African leaders that have ruled Mali have never thought of developing these great resources for the Malian people. It has never occurred to them. Never. These African corrupt leaders do not care about their own people. Now that they are rising about their deplorable situation, they are dubbed, they are called militants. These African leaders will collaborate with Immoral leaders, Western leaders, to even deny their own people basic needs. Basic needs. Tell me any Western nation on earth that will have all these great resources and will have illiteracy 87%. No running water. They will earn $1 a day. Tell me any nation, Western nation, that will have all these great resources and they will remain they will have no running water, 87% illiteracy. Nobody, no nation in the world. And yet when these people complain, they are dubbed militants. Do you know? Nobody knows this. Somali has great oil wells. Yet, American three oil companies are there enriching themselves with the Somalian oil. And yet when these people complain, They are called terrorists. They are called pirates. Somali is classified as one of the poorest nation in the world. So is Sudan. Sudan also is classified as the poorest nation, one of the poorest nations in the world. Sudan has rich oil wealth, who is enriching the Sudanese oil wealth. It is China. China is enriching themselves with oil wealth of Sudan, and yet these people are so poor, they are so destitute. The wicked African leaders, very corrupt, careless, and they collaborate with Western nations to defraud their own people, even of basic needs. Look at Congo. Congo is a mess. There's always a regime change in Congo all the time. Congo has numerous rich resources, mineral resources of the world. Rich. Many African nations will soon be extinct. They will no longer exist because of the extreme poverty, because of their extreme need. And yet, God has lavished all these resources that they will rise and develop their own lives and situations. But these African leaders will not do it. They will not. They will not. Western immoral and wicked leaders create wars on pretext. They create these ruthless wars and exploit the riches of other nations. And that is no longer going to exist. It is wrong before God. Look at Syria. The Western nations cannot come together and implement peace in Syria. It is all about what their selfish interest can accommodate for them. That's all they care for. And the guns that they sell there, that is making billions of dollars for them. They don't care who dies there. They don't care. These things is so wrong. No, this is wrong. They don't care. Look at Israel. Israel is about to go to war with Iran. Yet, Israel knows that that is not true about Iranian nuclear facility. Israeli intelligence and American intelligence have said Iran does not possess nuclear weapon. She does not have it. Yet, she wants to go and fight Iran. Yet, Israel has 150 nuclear weapons. Nobody is talking about it. It's all silent. But she wants to go and fight somebody whom they are not sure possesses one nuclear weapon. Look at the Palestinians at the back of Israel. She oppresses her. She cannot give her freedom, just like she got her own freedom during the Hitler regime. The whole world came to the rescue of Israel. But she cannot give the same thing to the Palestinians. But she is insisting on going to war with Iran, backed by America. We can no longer be doing these things. These things are wrong before God. These wars are built on pretext. It is wrong. It is not right before God. We have to summon the courage to stop all these wars. The nations of the world that have the truth who have conscience, who don't want any war anymore, but want peace and progress that God promised to humanity, should rise against all of these pretexts of war. We should rise and condemn these things. Condemn these ruthless, bloody leaders in Middle East, in Western nations, in African nations. We should rise and condemn it, hold them into accountability. My heart is so heavy. Nations of the world, please rise and condemn war in Mali. This war was planned by Western nations, and ruthless, corrupt African leaders backed it, who care very little about their own people, who have no sensitivity to their own people. They fostered it. They pushed this war in Mali, knowing that these people are so poor, they are so destitute, they are so it just amazes me how these people cannot help their own people. This is so wrong. Does France serve Mali? Of course not. France does not serve Mali. But African leaders are puppets to Western nations. They cannot even do anything for their own people. And that's why Western nations despise them, because they cannot rule their own nations as sovereign leaders. Why should they respect you as an African leader? All you do is amass the people's money and you dump it in Western banks. Why should you be respected when your own nations with great resources are going into extinct, will no longer be there as nations, and you cannot even develop it? All you do is step as a leader, and then you come down, the whole nation goes into more poverty. Please rise and condemn these things. The nations of the world, the community of the world, who have conscience, who love God, who fear God, we should rise and stop these political, Western, corrupt, immoral leaders, African, immoral, corrupt leaders, Middle East, corrupt, bloody leaders. We should rise and condemn them and bring them to accountability. If we do not do that, these corrupt leaders will lead us into third world nuclear war. We should rise and do what is right. If not, God will bring us into judgment. We should rise and not continue to be silent. We should rise and condemn these stupid, irrelevant, unnecessary wars that are plunging the whole nations of the world into poverty. And the guns that are destroying not only people in America, but all over the world, destroying people because of their love for guns and their love for money. Please, my heart is heavy. My heart is heavy. Please rise and condemn France. She depends heavily on Malian uranium for her nuclear weapon. That's why she is going into Mali. She is not going into Mali to protect Mali. She's not going into Mali because she loves Mali. She's not going into Mali because she wants to save Mali. It's all military intervention and humanitarian deliverances. These are all pretexts of lies, all of these are not real. They are all lies. We should condemn it as a world community. This is what is heavy on my heart. And I hope what I have said today will move those who love the Lord, will move those who love the poor, will move those who fear God and have a conscience. God will bring us unto judgment Sunday if we will not rise and stop all these unnecessary wars plunging humanity into despair. Thank you.